Excuse me, I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
Oh, what's on your mind?
I've noticed you standing by your window quite often, and it feels like you're watching my apartment.
I wasn't aware I was making you uncomfortable. I just enjoy the view from that window.
The view? But your window faces directly into my living room.
Does it? I hadn't really thought about it that way. I'm usually just lost in thought.
Lost in thought for hours at a time? That seems unusual.
I suppose it does sound strange when you put it like that. I've been dealing with some personal issues lately.
I understand everyone has problems, but this has been going on for weeks now.
Weeks? Has it really been that long? Time moves differently when you're alone.
You live alone? I've never seen anyone else coming or going from your apartment.
Yes, it's just me. My wife left 6 months ago, and I've been struggling to adjust.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I still need you to understand that this behavior is concerning.
You're right. I apologize. I'll be more mindful of where I stand and what I'm looking at.
Thank you. I appreciate your understanding. Maybe we can start fresh as neighbors?
I'd like that. And thank you for being direct with me instead of calling the police.
We all deserve a chance to explain ourselves. Have a good evening.
You too. And again, I'm truly sorry for making you feel uncomfortable.
Sarah, you need to take this situation more seriously. This guy sounds like a creep. I talked to him and he explained everything. His wife left him and he's going through a difficult time. That's exactly what a stalker would say to gain your sympathy. Don't you think you're being a bit dramatic? He apologized and promised to stop. How can you be so naive? This is classic predatory behavior. He's testing your boundaries. I appreciate your concern, but I handled it. He seemed genuinely embarrassed when I confronted him. Embarrassed or caught? There's a difference, Sarah. What do you want me to do? Move out because my neighbor looks out his window? If he's watching you, yes. That's not normal behavior regardless of what he's going through. He's not watching me. He's just standing there thinking about his life. How do you know what he's thinking? Did he tell you his entire life story in one conversation? He mentioned enough for me to understand he's struggling emotionally. Struggling people don't spend hours staring into other people's homes. That's surveillance. You're making this into something it's not. I've lived here for 3 years without any problems. Until now. Promise me you'll at least install some curtains or blinds. I have curtains, I just don't always close them because I like natural light. Well, maybe it's time to sacrifice a little natural light for your safety and privacy. Fine, I'll close them more often. Are you satisfied now? Not really, but it's a start. Just promise me you'll stay alert. I promise. Now, can we please talk about something else?
You look exhausted. Rough night?
I barely slept. I kept thinking about this situation with my neighbor.
What situation? Did something happen?
He's been watching me through his window. At least, that's what it looks like.
That's creepy. Have you reported it to anyone?
No, I confronted him about it. He said he wasn't actually watching me.
And you believed him? Come on, that's the oldest excuse in the book.
He seemed sincere. He's going through a divorce and claims he's just thinking.
Thinking while staring into your apartment? That doesn't add up.
I don't know what to believe anymore. My sister thinks I'm being naive.
Your sister might have a point. How long has this been going on?
A few weeks, maybe longer. I only recently started paying attention to it.
A few weeks is definitely concerning. What are you going to do?
I'm going to keep my curtains closed and see if it stops.
That's reactive, not proactive. You should document everything, just in case.
Document what? That he stands by his window?
Yes, take photos, write down times and dates, build a record.
That feels like I'm the one being paranoid now.
Better paranoid than sorry. Trust your instincts on this one.
My instincts are telling me I'm overreacting to an awkward situation.
Or they're being dulled by your desire to avoid conflict.
Maybe you're right. I'll start keeping notes.
I think I really messed up with my neighbor. She thinks I'm some kind of stalker. Are you? Because from what you're describing, it does sound questionable.
No, I'm just depressed and I stand by the window. I'm not actively watching her.
But you are aware her apartment is directly in your line of sight, right?
I am now. I honestly wasn't thinking about it before she said something.
How can you not be thinking about it? You're looking right into someone's home.
When you're in your own head, you don't really see what's in front of you. You just stare.
That might be true, but she doesn't know what's going on in your head.
I explained everything to her. I told her about Jennifer leaving and how I've been struggling.
And she accepted your explanation?
She seemed to. She asked me to be more mindful, and I agreed.
Good. Now actually follow through. Don't stand by that window anymore.
But that's where I always stand. It's become a habit.
Then break the habit. Find somewhere else to have your existential crisis.
You make it sound so easy. That window has been my anchor point for months.
Your anchor point is making someone feel unsafe in their own home. Find a new one.
You're right. I know you're right. It's just hard to change patterns.
Life is hard. Being considerate of others shouldn't be the hardest part of it.
When did you become so wise?
When my best friend started accidentally terrorizing his neighbors. Now stop being creepy.
Mom, I need to tell you something, but I don't want you to panic. Whenever someone says that, it means I should definitely panic. What happened? My neighbor has been watching me through his window, but I've handled it. Watching you? What do you mean, watching you? For how long? A few weeks, but I talked to him, and he explained he's going through a divorce. A divorce doesn't give someone permission to invade your privacy. He wasn't invading my privacy. He was just standing there, lost in thought. That's what they all say, honey. Did you call the police? No, because there's nothing illegal about standing by your own window. There is if you're using it to spy on your neighbors. This is serious. I know it sounds bad, but when I talked to him, he seemed genuinely sorry. Sorry he got caught, probably. These situations can escalate quickly. You're being overdramatic. He's just a lonely, depressed man going through a hard time. And that makes him unpredictable. Depression can manifest in dangerous ways. Now you're stereotyping people with mental health issues. He's harmless. You don't know that. You barely know this man at all. I know enough to trust my judgment. I've lived here safely for years. Until now. Promise me you'll at least tell your landlord about this. Why would I do that? He hasn't done anything wrong, technically. Because your landlord should be aware of potential problems between tenants. Fine, I'll mention it if it makes you feel better, but I think you're all overreacting. I'd rather overreact and have you safe than underreact and have something terrible happen. Nothing terrible is going to happen. I appreciate your concern, but I've got this under control. I hope you're right, sweetheart. Just please be careful and keep me updated. I'm not sure why I'm here exactly. My family thinks I'm being naive about my neighbor.
Why don't you start by telling me what's been happening with your neighbor?
He's been standing by his window, and it looks like he's watching my apartment.
How does that make you feel when you notice him there?
Uncomfortable at first, but after I talked to him, I felt better about it.
What did he say when you talked to him?
He explained that he's going through a difficult divorce, and he's just lost in thought.
And you found his explanation satisfactory?
Yes and no. It made sense, but now everyone's telling me I'm being too trusting.
What do you think? Do you feel safe in your home?
Most of the time, yes. But sometimes at night, I wonder if he's still standing there.
So there is some concern on your part, even if you're trying to rationalize it.
Maybe. I don't want to be unfair to someone who's struggling with mental health.
That's compassionate of you, but compassion shouldn't come at the expense of your own sense of security.
But where's the line? He hasn't threatened me or done anything overtly wrong.
The line is wherever you feel uncomfortable. Your feelings are valid regardless of his intentions.
So what should I do? I can't ask him to move, and I can't afford to move myself.
You can set boundaries, keep your curtains closed, document any concerning behavior, and trust your instincts.
That's what everyone keeps saying. Trust my instincts. But my instincts are confused.
Confusion often means your rational mind is fighting with your emotional response. What is your gut telling you?
That something feels off, but I don't want to ruin someone's life over a feeling.
You're not responsible for his life or his reactions. You're responsible for your own well-being.
That's hard to accept. I keep thinking about what he's going through.
You can have empathy for his situation while still protecting yourself. Those aren't mutually exclusive.
Jennifer, I need to talk to you about something that happened.
What now? I thought we agreed to minimal contact.
My neighbor confronted me about standing by the window. She thinks I'm watching her.
Are you? Because that would be concerning even for you.
No, I'm just standing there thinking. But apparently my window faces her apartment.
And it took her confronting you to realize that? How oblivious are you?
I've been in a dark place since you left. I'm not exactly aware of my surroundings.
That's not an excuse to make other people uncomfortable, especially women living alone.
I wasn't trying to make anyone uncomfortable. I was just existing in my own space.
Your space overlooks her space. You have a responsibility to be aware of that.
I apologized to her. I told her about our situation and that I'm struggling.
Don't use our divorce as an excuse for inappropriate behavior.
It's not an excuse. It's the truth. I'm barely functioning right now.
Then get help. See a therapist instead of staring out windows all day.
I am seeing someone. It's not a magic fix. These things take time.
Well, make sure you take that time away from that window before she calls the police.
She's not going to call the police. She understood when I explained.
Or she was being polite while planning her next move. Women often do that when they feel threatened.
Why does everyone assume the worst about me? I'm not a threat to anyone.
Because your behavior is threatening, whether you intend it to be or not.
This is exactly why we didn't work out. You never gave me the benefit of the doubt.
And you never took responsibility for how your actions affected others. Some things never change.
I called you for support, not a lecture.
Then call your therapist. I'm not your support system anymore. Goodbye, Marcus. Thank you for meeting with me on such short notice, Mr. Patterson.
No problem at all. Your message said it was important. What's going on?
I wanted to inform you about a situation with the tenant in apartment 12.
Marcus? Has he been causing problems? He's usually very quiet.
He's been standing by his window for extended periods, facing directly into my apartment.
And you feel he's watching you?
Initially, yes. I confronted him, and he said he's going through a divorce and just thinking.
Did his explanation satisfy you?
Not entirely. My family thinks I should take it more seriously, so I'm documenting everything.
That's a wise precaution. Has his behavior changed since you spoke with him?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I've been keeping my curtains closed, so I can't see if he's still there.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. I'll have a conversation with him about it.
I don't want to get him in trouble. He hasn't violated any lease terms.
Maybe not technically, but I have a responsibility to ensure all my tenants feel safe.
What will you say to him?
I'll remind him to be mindful of his neighbors and suggest he seek the window side position in a different room.
Do you think he's dangerous? You've known him longer than I have.
I've never had any issues with him before. He's been a model tenant for 2 years.
His ex-wife seemed to think his behavior was problematic when I heard them arguing months ago.
You heard them arguing?
The walls aren't exactly soundproof. It was hard not to hear some of their fights.
I see. Well, I'll address this carefully. Your safety is my priority.
Thank you. I feel better knowing you're aware of the situation.
Keep me informed if anything else happens. Don't hesitate to call me directly.
I will, and thank you again for taking this seriously.
It's my job. Take care, and remember, your safety comes first, always.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Patterson? Is something wrong with my rent payment? Your rent is fine, Marcus. I need to discuss your behavior with one of your neighbors. She told you about the window situation. I already apologized to her. Apologizing is a good first step, but I need to make sure you understand the seriousness of this. I do understand. I wasn't thinking about how my actions might be perceived. How they might be perceived? Marcus, you were staring into a woman's apartment for weeks. I wasn't staring into her apartment. I was just standing at my window. A window that directly faces her living space. You must have known that. I honestly didn't think about it. I've been in a really dark place mentally. I'm sympathetic to your struggles, but they don't excuse making another tenant feel unsafe. I'm not trying to excuse anything. I'm explaining my state of mind. Fair enough. So let me be clear about expectations going forward. What expectations? You need to find a different spot in your apartment to spend your time, not that window. You're telling me where I can and can't stand in my own apartment? I'm telling you that your lease includes a clause about not disturbing other tenants. How is standing by my window disturbing anyone? When it makes someone feel watched and unsafe in their home, it's disturbing them. This is ridiculous. I've done nothing wrong legally. Perhaps not legally, but you're violating the spirit of neighborly respect. So what happens if I don't comply with your suggestion? Then we'll need to have a more formal conversation about your tenancy here. Are you threatening to evict me over this? I'm asking you to be a respectful neighbor. That shouldn't be a difficult request. Fine. I'll stay away from that window. Is there anything else? Just remember that living in a community means being aware of how your actions affect others.
I think I may have overreacted to the whole neighbor situation.
Why do you say that? From what you told me, you had legitimate concerns.
I did, but after the landlord talked to him, I realized he's just a broken person.
Broken people can still be problematic. Don't discount your initial feelings.
I'm not discounting them. I'm just seeing the situation from a different perspective now.
What changed your perspective?
I haven't seen him at that window since I reported it. He's actually following through.
That's good, but it doesn't mean your concerns weren't valid in the first place.
I know. I just feel guilty for potentially making his life harder when he's already struggling. You didn't make his life harder. You set a boundary. There's a difference. Sometimes boundaries feel cruel, especially when someone is already suffering. Boundaries are self-care, not cruelty. You have every right to feel safe in your home. But at what cost? Now he probably feels like a criminal in his own building. That's his perception to manage, not yours. You can't control how he interprets your reasonable request. I saw him yesterday in the hallway. He couldn't even make eye contact with me. That's his shame talking, not anything you did wrong. You were honest and direct. Maybe I should talk to him again, clear the air somehow. Why? You already talked to him once. Anything more might send mixed messages. I don't want him to think I hate him or that I'm afraid of him. What matters more, what he thinks or how you feel? You need to prioritize yourself. Can't I do both? Be safe and be compassionate? You already are doing both. You address the issue firmly but kindly. That's the balance. I suppose you're right. I just wish the whole situation felt more resolved. Some situations don't get neat resolutions. Sometimes setting boundaries is the resolution. When did you become so wise about human relationships? When my best friend started doubting herself for protecting her own peace. You did the right thing, Sarah.